So can I call you Webby? By the way?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice to meet you. Well, here in the game, I'm Bunny, you know. And we're trying to make this talk a little bit every week to know each other, the community members, and I think it's a cool thing. We always watching the team from IMG Studio, and I think it's interesting to talk to each other, and they can see us too. In the I mean, our bunnies, not exactly us.
Right.
So, could you talk a little bit about yourself, Webby? Where do you come from? What do you like to do? What do you work?
Yeah, so I'm in Western New York, so I'm actually like about an hour from Niagara Falls. I came out here about 10 years ago for college. So I'm actually a mechanical engineer. I work at a medical company doing manufacturing. So we do like files and containers and things like that. We make those for hospitals and research stuff. So when COVID kind of took off, our company grew like quite a bit. There was a lot of other companies that use our products that were buying quite a bit of our stuff, so they grew like crazy, and that's how I kind of came into that company doing that. So I've been there for a year and a half, so it's interesting. I enjoy this stuff though more. So I'll be at work and always on Discord checking what's going on with the project and chatting with other people instead of doing some work. So.
Okay, great. Thank you for sharing this with us. Do you want to share with us your real name? Or do you think
it's Matt.
Matt. Nice to meet you, Matt.
Matt.
Matt. Okay, I bet you legit.
Yeah.
As I said to you, I'm terrible doing this. I'm having some bugs here, but it's being fixed. You said that you are from New York, right?
Yeah.
How many times do you live there? Many years, sorry.
So I was originally from like central New York, so middle of the state. That's where I was born and grew up. I'm 29, almost 30, so I've been here my whole life.
Whoa.
See if I can find where you went.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's a big place. I have never been there, but I hope one day I can meet this place.
Yeah, and so I've been in New York City. So anytime I say that from New York, everyone assumes New York City. And New York's quite a big state, so I'm actually maybe 6 hours away from New York City. But I go there every so often. It's a pretty big place. There's a lot of stuff there.
Well, where I live, if I ride like 6 hours, I'm in another state. So, it's very far. So.
Yeah. You're from Brazil?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Yeah. I'm from South Brazil, so it's a little bit far from you.
Yeah.
So I imagine that where you are now, it's a little cold.
Yeah, no, it just started getting very cold.
Yeah, here I'm the opposite one, because here it looks like there's one sun for each person right now, so it's too hot here today. So, okay, thank you. And let us talk about My Pet Hooligan, by the way. How did you meet this game? It was a friend that told you, you saw it on Twitter, something like this?
Yeah, I was in, let's see, so I wasn't ever into NFTs. I didn't really understand what the point was. I was kind of like the same, stereotypical person that doesn't know anything about NFTs and just thinks that they're pointless. But I ended up seeing somebody had posted it was on Facebook, so I had a different Facebook group that I kind of like follow along with different people, see what they're doing as far as crypto and all different sort of internet, money-making stuff or whatever the case might be. And someone actually posted the game trailer for My Pet Hooligan. I think it was actually the day that it was minting for the public.
Okay.
So I saw the video. I joined the Discord and I just started kind of looking through a little bit, and it hooked me like right away. So that trailer video that the team put out got me interested in thinking, okay, maybe there's more to this NFT thing than just a picture. So I sold a couple of coins that I had and bought on OpenSea the day that the public minted out the project. So I actually bought one that night. I had no idea how to use OpenSea, no idea how to really do anything with NFTs. I just kind of jumped in and figured out how to buy one. And then the next day, I woke up and it was down a little bit, not much, but a little bit. And I don't know what it was, but I decided to buy two more. So I just kind of jumped full, both feet in and just bought what I could. And then, it grew from there. So, I started looking more into NFTs and this project. And now basically that's all I do is I don't really look at altcoins too much now. I pretty much look at NFTs and just kind of follow this market a lot more.
So you started in this NFT world because of My Pet Hooligan, we can say.
Yeah. It pulled me in, and so now I kind of compare everything against this. So for the most part, if I buy a project or if I mint something, I won't hold it really, unless it's got something the same level of work that the team here is putting in, or there's a future that I can really see use of that project. So I pretty much just hold My Pet Hooligan because there's not too much out there that really compares to this.
Wow. So do you have just one hooligan or do you have more? You said that you have two, right?
Yeah, no, I have a lot now. I actually have, I've got 16 now.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I
Congrats,
bought, before the reveal, I had accumulated 4. And then at the reveal, there was, a lot of people, it didn't actually dump the price as far as people thought it would. So I was kind of holding out to buy more at that point because everyone thought it was going to go down a lot. But it went down enough, and I'll be honest, the team kind of got me hooked on buying more because of this was pre staking information, right? So they said that there'd be bonuses for having full factions. There was talks about, the more you hold, they were going to do a raffle for actually meeting the team.
Yeah.
So it kind of got me wanting to buy more. So I ended up, I think by the first of the year, I had gotten 10. I think somewhere in there, and that was going to be my limit. I wasn't going to buy any more, and then I don't know. Even now I'm still looking. Like I don't have the funds to buy another, but I'm always looking to see what's out there and what could I do if I needed to buy another or wanted to buy another one.
You can think that for this year it's a good number of hooligans. So for the next,
oh yeah,
it's almost in the end of the year. So the next year it's almost there.
Yeah,
you don't need to worry about this right now.
No, yeah, and it's fun. I mean, I thought, the whole point was I was going to buy a full faction, a full set, just to have that for whatever bonus might come. And then grab a few extras, so then if obviously need to sell at some point a couple, just to recoup some money from what I put in. And I thought I was going to do that, early this year, just to recoup some, but I just couldn't bring myself to actually do it.
So, have you minted some keys? Do you have
Yeah,
your Zuckbuds already?
yeah. So with the Zuckbot stuff that came around, like that's even more addicting too. You know, because the price is a lot cheaper. They're really making this into a quite the storytelling aspect of NFTs. So I actually I claimed I think all of my hooligans except for two. So I left two of them unclaimed. So I ended up having 14 keys. And I think, let's see, I've got somehow, how did I? Oh, because we were able to mint more. So I forget how many keys I ended up with, but I have 10 left. I'm just kind of holding them right now. Just to see, maybe something else comes of this, or if not, maybe, in the future, keys will be worth a little bit more because, other people that come into the game maybe want them. So, but yeah, I did a lot of that minting, and right now I'm just kind of waiting out to see what's coming next. Ready to see what's in the box, as everybody is.
Yeah, it's the main question that we're making right now.
Yeah.
We have no idea what's there. What do you think that it can be?
So I'm curious to know. So I had a couple theories in the beginning that partially came out true. But I really thought that the key itself was going to unlock a box and give us some parts for robots, that we could combine and make the other four bots that we're waiting on.
Great.
But now I'm thinking, maybe in this box that we have, I'm thinking maybe that's part of it. That we get some sort of bot parts, maybe even some items to be used, some unique weapons. It could be somewhere in there. And some of the hints that were given recently was that there's going to be multiple items in these boxes. So it's not just one item per box. So that's interesting. I'm thinking it's more along the lines of that, where maybe we get some parts that allow us to combine and upgrade the bot to some other sort of bot, or maybe it even plays a role in the theory that we're going to be able to burn or combine 7 bots to make a mega bot. So I think it's going to tie in that way. Basically we'll need to somehow make the other 4 bot types. So I'm thinking that might be something that's in this box. Do you have any thoughts?
Have you chosen a favorite one from this 4?
I'll have to say it's probably the QT. I think that's a very popular one that a lot of people.
You mean the fly one?
Yeah, the one the flying one. Yeah, it's it looks small, looks kind of cute, but it seems like it can pack a punch, have quite a bit of damage, when it comes to the game.
I can be wrong, but they look like a little. They have a. I mean, for me, they look like they have a dark side. It's too cute.
Oh,
so
yeah.
there might be something wrong with them. I don't know.
Yeah, and actually, that's a good point, because if you've seen like Pixar or Disney movies, that seems to be the theme, right? That something that's tiny and small, kind of cute, ends up having this dark side that ends up being very evil, or have that.
For me, they remind me. Do you know the Kakamora from Moana movie?
What is it?
Have you seen the movie called Moana? There is some bad coconuts that are called Kakamora. They remind me this one. Don't know why, but they are tiny and round, so.
Yeah. Oh, maybe there's more to it than just being a companion.
Yeah.
Or maybe what I'd be interested in is in this version of the game that we have right now, we only see the OG Zuckbot flying around. that we actually go and have to attack. So I'd actually be very interested, and I'm sure they'll end up adding in the other bots that, we will have our companion, but actually having them in the game, flying around or running at you or what the case might be, that you have to destroy them as well. So I'd be actually very interested in seeing them put in the game that we have to actually, defeat. Especially like you said, the QT one. It's so small and maybe it's very quick. It's hard to kill or kind of sneaks up on you. So it'll be pretty interesting to see if they add them in the game and how they'll be, while you're playing.
Got it. So, what do you most excited? I mean, we know that we're gonna have the version 2.0 to be released. We don't know the exact date, so
Yep.
particularly, I'm very excited with this version because we have seen some just small sneak peeks, right? But
Yeah.
I can't wait. There's a look like that we're gonna have some new places, or we can be able to enter some buildings. I don't know.
Yeah, so I guess I'm really looking forward to version 2. And it sounds like it'll be very well built, and most of the stuff that they want to put in will be released. This version 1 that we got was, I think, more so to just show the skills that they've got, kind of show a little sneak peek of, what's to come. But I'm really excited for version 2. I think that's kind of what I'm looking forward to the most. Besides, some of the announcements that they've been talking about, as far as, other investors, other partners that are coming. They dropped some hints in the AMAs and voice chats that we have, but waiting to really see them make the announcement, I think will help, bring some eyes to the project. I think the most thing I'm looking forward to, though, is the actual game. It gives us different game modes, different objectives. It'll actually help bring more eyes to the project because, more people will start streaming, more people will start playing the game more regularly, having some objective to play against. So, and hopefully, it sounds like they're looking to launch or at least release this new version. Sounded like sometime in March. There's the I forget what the name of it is. I always forget. But there's the game conference.
Right.
So yeah, I was saying the game conference, game developer conference. It's geared towards traditional gaming, traditional developers. So it'd be very cool if they're able to launch this during that conference. To really get eyes on, the so-called Web 2 side of gaming. So very excited for that too. But I think the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is the release of this version 2. It looks a lot better, it's a lot smoother, and I don't know if you know Am in the Discord, but she kind of mentioned about how much better the game is and how much better it feels. So looking forward to being able to play that.
And about the factions, do you have a favorite one? You said that you have 16 hooligans right now, so I don't know if you can choose one, but
on this, I gotta be careful on this because there's. Are we back? I think we're back now.
Right.
Yeah. So
no
yeah,
problem.
I lead the hair raisers, so I gotta say the hair raisers.
Oh, great! It's a great one. We can say. I can say particularly.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's
exactly.
a rare razor too, so I don't have nothing against you. So you made a good choice.
I will say some of the ones that I look at, I've got a couple of the Playboy ones that look kind of cool. I think it's more because they've got the suit or they've got the robe. So there's a couple of them that look very, very cool. I've got one in particular that I usually play with, and it's more so because it's got the grenade launcher, and it's a lot easier to play against people with that. But no, I'll say hair raisers for sure. That's the faction to go with.
I really like the rare razors. not just because my hooligans it's one of them, but to be honest, it's difficult to choose just one. Because when I enter, I start to talk with another people. I mean, or I enter into OpenSea to see the options of the hooligans. The design are perfect, so I don't know how to choose just one.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. It's hard. I mean, there's a lot of nice looking hooligans out there. So what I'll be interested in is, they're talking about doing like a territorial mode, and if you look at the main map, you can see the different colors on the map that show the different territories. What I'm interested in seeing is how that sort of mode will work. The taking over different territories. People that do have multiple hooligans in different factions. Would they be able to select a faction that they want to play for, but then be able to switch their characters still to use maybe a favorite hooligan that's part of a different faction? Or if they switch, do they, how that's going to work? I'm very interested in that side of the mechanics as well.
And another thing that I'm very curious about is because how we didn't start to play the finish of the game, now we can say it this way, is that we don't have idea what the towers are able to do. I mean, there are gonna be some, as you said, some war between the factions, and you have to, I don't know, destroy, or they're gonna send some information. I don't know, and we're gonna have the movie. There's too many information to be revealed.
There's a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah, we just imagine.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff that they could do with this game too. Besides just some of the game modes that are typical in multiplayer games. I think there's a lot of potential for growing this game into more than just the team deathmatch or battle royale style games, or even the I think they mentioned like a capture the bag. So those sort of game modes. I think there's a lot more that they can develop into this that will come over the next year or 2 years. That'll make it even more fun and make it more geared towards everybody. It really is. So your original question is, why did I get pulled into, or what brought me to this project? And I mentioned that game trailer that I saw. It kind of reminded me of like a cartoony style Grand Theft Auto game, where it was, you had some missions, or you had this open world style game, but you could also play it how you wanted, essentially. So it really pulled me in that way, and saw potential. And then obviously now, over the last year, surprisingly, actually, 3 days is the 1 year from mint. So this past year really went by quick, but we definitely saw what this team is capable of, what their background is, how dedicated they are in bringing in certain people on board as advisors or partners to really grow this. So you can see how serious the team is at growing this, building this out into more than a game, actually, into a brand, and doing a lot more with it. So.
Yeah, the only thing sure right now is that next year will be the year for the My Pet Hooligan, I believe. Because if you, as you said in the beginning of the year, if you look the graphics how they used to be, and right now, so looks like a completely new game. So for the next one, I don't know. I still waiting for the version 2.0 for Christmas. So. Would be awesome.
That would be great. I would love that. Yeah. I've made a suggestion before they actually released this version 1, was if they wanted to keep people entertained, which this definitely does that. It's just if you get enough people to play at once, it's more fun, obviously. Just running around doing the Zuck bots, you could do that a little bit, but there's really not an objective to it. Besides maybe, honing in some of the skills or just getting used to weapons. One suggestion I wanted, was hoping that they would do is like a horde mode style. So like, you know, the Zuck bots, they've already got them in the game, but do them in waves. So you got to kill all the waves, kill all the Zuck bots for that wave, get points, you know, have like a leaderboard, you know, something like that would help keep people entertained, or at least competing against people, without too much difficulty. But
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they'll do that. You know, they mentioned about having that sort of mode. They said that the foundation is there, the framework for doing that's there. So maybe that's something that, you know, they surprise us with at some point.
Yeah, if we had something like you said about the leaderboard, probably I'll be in the last ones, because as I said, I'm terrible shooting. I particularly prefer the skateboarding, because I don't have to kill anyone, because I just see the city, play a little around. So but I'm improving a little.
Are you excited for, you know, they talked about developing the skateboarding side out further. So are you looking forward to what they're going to bring to the game?
Yeah, they could put something inside the park, maybe to play with the skateboard, or I don't know. Have you seen some bikes into Rabbit Hole? There's some bikes lost, right? And if you could, I don't know, still these like we could do in another old games. I mean, I don't know how to say this in English. It's the same name. GTA. I don't know how do you say. So
the Grand, yeah. When we first got the skateboard, it reminded me of like the Tony Hawk skateboarding game, and brought back a lot of you know, that nostalgia, that childhood memories from playing that for hours on end. And all it was for this game was a simple, you got to ride the skateboard, and they threw in one or two tricks that you're able to do, but it brought back, you know, all this stuff that it just makes you think, you know, they could add that in and make it kind of bring that back for people that used to play.
And what do you think they're gonna be the next release? How can I say that? My Pet Hooligan collection. Do you think that are gonna be, I don't know, another kind of animal, a mix up between robots and bunny? Yeah.
I don't know. I've been going back and forth on this. You know, it's kind of, my thought on it has changed over the last year, just from stuff that has been developed and what they've released so far. You know, when they first talked about it, I thought it would be a different sort of animal. But since then, you know, they released some of the, I don't know if you remember the roadmap and the previous website that they released before this latest one. They had kind of all the aliens looking, you know, maybe mutant looking hooligans. So then it got me thinking, well, maybe that's something. You know, we've got the UFO in the game now. Even on the Zuckbot roadmap, there's a UFO that's on there. So maybe this alien looking hooligan could be part of it. And then I got thinking, you know, at some point that maybe they're more of like human characters, or like the image characters that kind of get brought into the game. But I don't know, they could go any direction. I mean, I think the alien hooligan might be the way that they go.
Wow, I don't know how would it look like an alien hooligan, but I like that idea. Definitely. It would be very crazy, and I don't know, because we already have the mutant, so...
Right, yeah, that's, I mean, and I don't know, I read into... I think I read into everything that the team says or types in the Discord, you know, more than maybe they mean it to be. But I don't know, maybe there's some tie to the mutants with the others, or, you know, maybe, you know, one of the theories was maybe these are hooligans that, the Zuck Corp was trying different things on and didn't go well. So now they got released, or kind of like the mutants, but maybe it's the ones that didn't go as planned.
There are too many options. I have read some fanfics, so we can say this way. I don't remember which site I read, but I was searching some days ago into the internet, and I saw some people talking about that there would be an eighth faction that would be hooligans that was from the Zuck Corp side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This would be very interesting. I don't know if it could be possible, but I don't know. There could be some hooligans infiltrated, maybe.
That could, there's a lot, because there's a lot of theories, I guess, or ideas that could come from the others. There's also the carrot juice. Maybe the carrot juice is I don't know. It's hard to comprehend, all the stuff that they've got going on. I forget about some of the stuff that's in the works or planned for until you start looking back at, the roadmap or having these sort of conversations. Then you start realizing there's a lot of stuff coming. So maybe the carrot juice plays a role in the 8th faction. I don't know.
We have time to discover. I just hope that we can have some clue this year. I don't know how, but as I said to you, I'm very excited for Christmas, and I hope that could be a present for us.
It would be cool, even if they, even if they were able to release the game that they have right now for, they released it to the gaming focus group, the Team Deathmatch program, I guess, or game file. Even just that would be kind of cool if there was a way, you have the rabbit hole, you have the version 1.1 that you could get in and run around the world that we're in now. But even if they just had a, simplified version that they keep showing off in the AMA, that would even be fun. To be able to get into a team deathmatch and just play keep people occupied for a few months.
Right.
So we'll see. I don't know. I mean, they're really pushing, developing everything out. They're doing it the right way, which is great. I see some of these other projects. They've got some cool looking games, but there is a lot of bugs to them. A lot of development work that's still needed. But they quickly release just to release something. So I'm glad the team does take their time developing this out, doing it the right way. Like they said, they moved over to the Lyra framework within Unreal Engine, which in the end it's huge. I mean, besides just being future-proof essentially for different consoles or different devices, it's huge for people that don't have top-of-the-line computer or good gaming card, different computer specs that are on the lower end. It's going to help them, so it's going to reach a wider audience. All right, I think we're back.
Yeah, it's normal. Some connection problems can happen.
Yeah, no, it's all good. So actually, I have a question. What do you think about Carl?
You said, what do I think about Carl, right?
Carl, yeah. Do you think does he have an evil side, or is he on the hooligan side?
I think that he has a hooligan side. In the game, he looks like a little lazy, because sometimes he's just dancing. In the market, he's not working.
Yep.
Right? In front of the bar, he's always just dancing again. And I particularly really like to play with him into the AIM app. So
yeah.
I think
so you think he's on our side?
Yeah. We hope, right? Would be very disappointing if he from the dark side. I couldn't manage that.
Yeah, you and Hannah both.
Yeah, no, he's from our side, so no, he's not a bad person. He's a hooligan.
Yeah, I've got, just so you know, I have a delivery, so my dogs are going
No problem.
crazy. Just
They
give
are
me a second.
participating too. Do you have some opinion about Metal Corp? What they're planning about? I know it's a difficult question because we don't have too many information about them, but
Yeah, I think it's interesting now. Like before the Zuckbot saga started, it was kind of a mystery of why. What was the point of carrots? I think the main reason, or one of the reasons, that the hooligans were captive or captured and made to work for Zuck Corp was to harvest these carrots or do this slave sort of work for whatever reason it might be. But now that there's the Zuck Corp, or the Zuckbot released, and there was a little bit more information that maybe carrots, what's the point of a carrot, or what does it do? And we kind of see that it's got this sort of like mystical power, or can like power the Zuckbots, essentially, is what it seemed like. So I don't know, maybe that's the whole point, was that the corporation wanted to take advantage of these hooligans to make profit for them, or something along those lines. But I am curious to see, we're getting some of the background on the Zuckbots, the history and even current, storytelling. But I am curious on the Zuckbots, or the Zuck Corp side. How did it start? What's the history behind it? And for some reason, I don't think we're going to get the answers anytime soon. I think it's going to be something that's farther out. Maybe they're talking about doing the movie. That they've got kind of a script written. So what I think, and typically what happens anyway with movies, is you get the first movie that comes out. Kind of sets the characters, who they are. Builds that backstory sort of thing, but then has like one objective for current events, sort of. And then, you might get a sequel that kind of plays on that, but then eventually you end up getting a prequel movie, which goes into the history, more in depth. So I'm guessing we probably won't get all the details on Zuck Corp, how it started, what the main reason that it grew to what it is for a while. But maybe we start getting some hints of, what their objective is, I guess so.
Yeah, I don't know if you have seen some video from the Zuckbot Mighty, where Huli is talking about a doctor. I forgot his name.
Dr. Hans Schwab, I think.
Yeah. I was trying to remember. It's a difficult one, but funny one.
Yeah.
And I don't know, after that, I started to really think about that the leader from Metazook Corp is a hooligan that's fused with Zuckbot. If you look some videos, I don't know the exact one, but there's one video where we can have a very small sneak peek from Metazook Lord, and there's some kind of fur in his. So.
Oh yeah. That's one of the videos. I forget if it was on the minting day or right around then. Yeah, or when he cuts into the broadcast. You can see, and that's part of what I kind of thought. How there's the theory of the mega bot. I think everyone kind of knows that's coming. We just don't know how that's going to play a part. But I think the main theory there is it almost acts as like a, some people might think it's this big mechanical companion, but I had thrown out a theory that maybe it's like a mechanical suit, like that you actually get in and can do some stuff. And if you look at like Meta Zuckbot and kind of some of the sneak peek of this mechanical suit, they kind of look very similar. So yeah, that's a good thought, that maybe meta Zuckbot that comes on, it's really a hooligan that's controlling it, and kind of that same Wizard of Oz style, someone behind the curtain versus, an actual person that is the bot, right? So yeah, that's a interesting thought. Maybe
I really would
just
like to have a
yeah.
I really would like to have a Zuckbot where my hooligan could ride inside. I would feel like the Power Ranger. So
yeah, no, I think that would be very cool. Just how does that play? Maybe that's a game mode or something that they make it into, or it helps you accomplish certain missions. It's not or it only you can only use it for a little while or something.
Or even the mini games, right?
Yeah,
we're gonna have this too. So.
That's a good theory that you mentioned about. I think someone had mentioned it before, but I never really thought about it recently with all the information that we know now. But yeah, maybe there's a hooligan that kind of went rogue, or they found a bigger use for carrots and was looking for that typical corporate greed of profit. So maybe that's what stemmed the whole thing, was they found a way to use these bots for something else outside of Hooliland. And, they basically captured all these hooligans and made them work for them.
Yeah, the outside work from Webby to Holy is another question. We have zero idea.
Have you seen, have you ever seen, and I think this kind of ties together, or at least what the team's sort of looking towards, or for the future. But have you ever seen the movie, what's it called? I think it's Divergent.
Right.
Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
And they've got different factions, and they're within this world that they think is all that exists, and not to go beyond the walls. And then you find out that
outside is worse than inside in, right?
The inside, the community there, and I don't even remember the whole plot, but it was they were told not to go outside, or they couldn't leave, sort of thing. But really, they were being kept there against their will. That it wasn't, for whatever it's been a while since I've seen the movie, but I'm thinking it's maybe a similar thing where there's a huge world outside of this Hooliland area. Because you've got these big fences, this big walls all the way around. You've got watchtowers they look like, actually I'm standing here on this truck, and in the background there's a watchtower way over there, and it almost looks like a Zuckbot face. It's got the eye, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's that sort of thing where this Hooliland was built particularly just to hold hooligans within it, and now we're breaking out of the city.
Yeah, it's a great theory. The only thing that I hope that if something related with Divergent, is that the outside, it's a good place, because in the movie that's not so good. So we really hope that there's a good place out there for hooligans.
But this plays into the whole thing that there's so much potential with the way that they've structured this so far. They could even maybe they don't even have a plan yet, and they just left it open. One of the things I think is the team has sort of a small plan of where they want this to go, but maybe they're also looking at the community and taking ideas or theories that are thrown out, and seeing what is kind of a popular theory, and then maybe using that to develop the future.
Yeah, I really like this kind of thing they're doing, because have you seen what happened with that Hooligan Zuckbot, right?
Zug's bunny.
Zug's 079.
He had the campaign.
I don't remember his number, but
the 5001.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, and I think that plays a bigger, they've done this in the past. They've taken community feedback and used it. they've done the graffiti, they've done sort of different stuff to bring the community in. But I think that one was a lot bigger play in how things kind of developed out now, because they never had a thought of having Hooli have a companion in these videos. And I think it makes the videos, more, I don't know, it makes them better. It makes them funnier, gives a little bit more creativity or different potential, skits that they could do having this companion with Hooli. And it all stemmed from, the One Crusher video that they had, and then Zug's Bunny went and made a poll to save this Zuckbot. So it's pretty cool to see that develop out.
The truth is that we didn't know that we needed that Zuckbot for Hooligan till we see them together. They fit perfectly.
Yeah, it works too well. So I'm glad that they actually took that and used or are using Zucky for all the videos. It's not just he got saved in one video and that was it, but they actually, brought him into the rest of the saga, the rest of the videos that are going on. And then even, maybe some of the skit videos or kind of one-off videos that they do, it sounds like they're going to bring that Zuckbot into those as well. So, it kind of morphed to something much larger and I think better than what maybe the team had originally thought.
Okay, so just to finish our talking today,
sorry, it's been an hour.
No problem at all. I don't mind. Would you like to talk something to MPH Studio for the team?
Just I'm glad that they're as dedicated as they show. You can really see it when they're talking in the AMAs or even in the chat. I think they feed off of the community and just the communication that they've got. I'm really appreciative of that. It gives holders kind of a peace of mind. And, I always think that we're a little spoiled because of how much communication that they have with us versus other projects. If they go a couple days or a week without posting something, we start getting, anxious. But in the grand scheme of things, it's like that's not normal anyway. So, I'm just very appreciative of their dedication and that they're looking at this for, the future and not just the next couple of months, but years out, potential for growing this into a large brand and allowing us to be part of that.